Hello and welcome to Cal State Fullerton. I am Julia Capelli.
And I'm Sarah Hamamoto, and together we are your kinesiology advising team.
Today your journey begins as a kinesiology titan. We know that you have many questions about what courses to choose, how to register for your classes, what is virtual instruction, and exactly how long is it going to take to graduate.
So these kinesiology advising modules are designed to answer all of your questions. Again, we are dedicated to creating meaningful, informative, and helpful videos, and in return, we ask that you actively listen and engage in the material provided. This will be key to achieving academic success at Cal State Fullerton.
So let's get started. So by this point, a lot of hard work is done. You've already applied, you've been admitted, and you're ready to start, but you probably have a lot of questions. That is totally normal, and this video will help answer most of them. Not only will you learn how advising works, but you'll also hear from current kinesiology students who, just like yourself, have transferred here.
Our goal is to make sure you know who your advisory team is and how to contact them. Know which documents will help you best prepare for class registration. And probably the most important part of the video is to help you understand what courses to register for fall 2020, which will then help you understand when you can graduate. Section 1. Meeting your team of academic advisors. Again, your two kinesiology advisors are Julia Capelli and myself, Sarah Hamamoto. We provide advisement for all kinesiology students in our department. You are welcome to see us for all questions related to your major. We support students with kinesiology requirements, learning about related internship and career opportunities, planning for graduation and grad school, the requirements for our physical education teaching credential program, and pretty much anything else you can think of related to the field of kinesiology. We support over 2,000 students in the major, so to help manage emails, we ask that you email your assigned advisor with questions. For students with last names that begin with the letters A through M, please email Julia. For students with last names that begin with N through Z, please email Sarah.
Now, the other members of your advising team are from the Academic Advisement Center, or the AAC. The General Education Advisors provide guidance on general education requirements, university policies, and overall graduation requirements. There are no specific GE advisors assigned to you, so if you need to contact them, please visit their website for instructions and advising times.
Section 2. Accessing and interpreting the Titan Degree Audit. In this section, we will teach you how to find your Titan Degree Audit, and most importantly, how to understand it. We recommend that you log into your student portal on a separate internet browser so you can follow along with us. The most common and important questions we get from students are, what courses do I take and when can I graduate? And to help answer that, you have access to an online document called the Titan Degree Audit, or the TDA. It is the official advising document used campus-wide, and it keeps track of your degree progress for you.
The TDA shows students what requirements have been fulfilled and which ones are left. It covers all requirements for your entire degree at Cal State Fullerton, and it's broken down by general education and then followed by your major requirements, which we're going to go over in just a few minutes. The Titan Degree Audit is a live document, meaning that it is updated every single semester and immediately after you enroll in your courses. So once you're done enrolling, make sure you check out a brand new copy of your degree audit to see which courses you've enrolled in. It also takes into account courses that you've transferred in, as well as any AP or IB credit that you might have.
The TDA also shows your overall GPA and the total number of units earned. You will use the TDA often and during your advisement sessions to determine how close you are to the finish line, which is graduation.
Yay! So now that you know what the Titan Degree Audit is and how it will help you stay on track for graduation, I want to show you how to access it. It would be best to print a copy out and review along with this video, or you can also pull it up on your computer or on the phone. So first, go to www.fullerton.edu. Click on the student link at the top left side. Log in using your username and password. Scroll down to find the student self-service, and then click on Titan Degree Audit and Planner as shown on the screen. Once you're on this page, click on Run Audit. Okay, you're almost there. Another great feature of the Titan Degree Audit system is that it stores all copies of your audit in case you ever need to look back at previous semesters. Make sure you always view the most recent version, as shown on the screen. So check the date created and then click View Audit. So here's what your Titan Degree Audit looks like. Glancing at the example on the right, students are 50-50 with their initial reaction to the Titan Degree Audit. They either find it totally confusing or super simple. Either way, I can assure you, after participating in this video, you will not only understand the information on the Titan Degree Audit, but you will be able to use it to plan your first semester schedule. Please use your TDA to follow along in the next portion, as we will go section by section to ensure you understand your requirements.
Okay, here are some basic symbols you will see throughout the TDA. First is the green check mark. The green check mark means everything is good. The course is in the correct spot and that requirement has been met.
Now the red X, or just the X if it's not in color, this is important. If you see an X, that means that the requirement is still incomplete. But because you've transferred, this also might mean that your transcripts have not been evaluated yet. For example, as you go through your Titan Degree Audit, if you notice your math requirement has an X or is showing incomplete, but you know you've taken a math class, do not think that you have to take another one. This just happens because the coursework has not been evaluated yet by our evaluators. It is common, and do not panic. The admissions team is working really hard and diligently to get all of your transcripts evaluated. However, there are thousands of students. So we do recommend to continuously check your Titan Degree Audit for any updates.
The last symbol that you might see is the letters IP. This just means in progress. So as you register for courses and you're working to complete them, the course will show as in progress. Also, if you have recently completed a course and the transcript with final grades has not been sent yet or has not been evaluated, you might see an IP for those courses as well. Again, do not panic. I know some of you are looking at your TDA and you're confused. After going through the TDA, you've noticed that you see all red X's or minus signs on every single GE requirement. So your TDA might look something like this. And you might look something like this. Again, do not panic. The reason why your GEs are showing up as incomplete is because the TDA evaluator has not completed your evaluation. So for example, if you know you've taken an English 101 course, a math course, and perhaps some of the sciences like biology or chemistry, but they are not showing on your TDA, do not panic. They will be updated on your TDA once your evaluation is complete. So for now, be patient. This is totally normal and will be fixed in the near future. Do yourself a favor and make sure that you do not re-enroll in English, math, or any other course you know you have taken at the community college. Most transfer students have majority of their GE categories met, so if your TDA has all red X's, please make sure that you are running new TDAs often to have a more accurate representation of the courses you need to take. At the end of the GE requirements listed on your TDA, there is a section called the General Education Upper Division Units, which is circled on the screen. All transfer students should have a red X in this category. The reason being, every transfer student is required to take 9 units of general education at Cal State Fullerton. You cannot transfer upper division units from any community college. So first off, what is an upper division unit categorized as? An upper division unit means a course that is labeled 300 or higher. For example, a philosophy 300 level class would be considered a general education course. Again, these cannot be done at the community college. You must take them during your time here at Cal State Fullerton. These courses, though, can be completed at any time, just as long as you complete them before you graduate. The 3 sections where you are going to complete the Upper Division GE units are from the following. You will take an Upper Division course listed in the B5 category. You will take Kines 380, which is listed in the C3 and Z category. And you will take Kines 381, which is listed in the D4 category. We will go in more in depth about these courses later, but please mark it on your TDA now in the GE section, because these 3 courses will complete the 9 units of Upper Division GE units that you need. Okay, now that we're done with the general education requirements, we will look at the major requirements listed on the TDA. So keep scrolling until you come to this portion of the Titan degree audit. You will know that you are looking at the kinesiology requirements because it will say for the major of kinesiology right at the top. So I will quickly go through the sections of the major on your TDA. So first is those prerequisite courses, which will include the anatomy and physiology and activity courses. Keep scrolling until you come down to the major requirements of the foundation courses, the disciplinary core courses, your upper division writing course. Yes, that is a part of the major and not a GE course. And finally, the additional upper division kines courses or your concentration. We will go in more detail about each requirement in the following slides. But just wanted to make sure you knew the difference between your major requirements and your GE requirements on the TDA. Again, if you're looking at your TDA and following along, a common example students encounter is when your activity courses show up missing from their TDA. So if you look at your TDA and you know that you took an aquatics course or an individual sport, for example, but it's showing up with a minus sign, do not panic. This is a very common occurrence and can be fixed. So as advisors, we will place the credits that you took of the activity courses on your TDA during your senior year. So not first semester, senior year. So if you know you took a swimming course, but the TDA does not reflect this, just simply wait, do not register for any more swimming courses, and continue to satisfy the activity courses that you haven't met yet. So in this example, if you've never taken a martial arts course, register for one of the courses listed in the martial arts category. Do not take any more aquatics or individual sport courses if you know you did these at the community college. Section 3. What courses should I register for?
Now for the information you have all been waiting for. Your kinesiology requirements.
Yay! So for this section, we will take an in-depth look at the major requirements and answer most of your questions along the way.
Please feel free to pause the video and read the information on the screen whenever necessary. Spending several minutes going through this and making sure that you understand the information provided could save you hours of frustration when you register for classes. So here we go.
Okay, so let's go back to those upper division general education requirements again. Remember, when you're selecting your first semester schedule, you're just choosing 4 to 5 classes. That's it. So here's a chart of the upper division courses you should register for as a transfer student. First, the GE Area B5 on your Titan degree audit must be taken at Cal State Fullerton. You can choose any of the courses listed under B5 to satisfy this requirement. Second, the GE Area C3 and Z can be satisfied with one of your required kinesiology courses. This course is CNES 380, Philosophy of Human Movement. What this means is you will take CNES 380 and it will count for both General Education Category C3 and Z and the major requirement. Yes, you will complete 2 categories on your Titan degree audit with only 1 course. This will help you save time on your degree. Third, the GE Area D4 is similar. You will take CNES 381, History of Sports, Games, and Culture, for both the General Education Category D4 and the major requirement. Again, this course will satisfy 2 categories on your Titan degree audit, a general education requirement as well as a major requirement. Once you complete all 3 courses, you will have met the 9 units of upper division general education requirements needed to graduate. Yay! So please feel free to screenshot this slide for your future reference. Now we are going to go through each of the requirements for your major. First, we will start with the anatomy and physiology. Both are required, and we will accept either a 3-unit combined anatomy and physiology course or 1 semester of each. The other requirements you see here are activity or PE courses. Each must be at least 1 unit, and all 6 are required to graduate. These are all available at the community college, and some of them you have already completed. So here are some frequently asked questions pertaining to the information we just reviewed. Students ask, what if I haven't taken anatomy and physiology at all? If you haven't taken anatomy and physiology, you must do this within the first semester. Here are several options. Option 1, enroll in Kinesiology or Biology 210 at Cal State Fullerton. This is an anatomy and physiology course. It is 3 units and there is no lab. Option 2, enroll in Kinesiology 191A at Cal State Fullerton. This is a combined anatomy and physiology course. It is 4 units and there is a lab. This is the first part of a 2-part series. Another question. What if I have only taken anatomy but not physiology? Or what if I've taken physiology and not anatomy? If you have taken only anatomy or only physiology, you can either enroll in Kinesiology or Biology 210, or you can take the subject that you are missing at the community college. Unfortunately, Cal State Fullerton does not offer a lower division anatomy course or a lower division physiology course. The only lower division anatomy and physiology course we offer is Kinesiology or Biology 210 or Kinesiology 191A. Please pause the video and review this information on the screen before moving forward. I want to make sure that you understand your options.
The other requirements you see here are the activity or PE courses. There are 6 categories, and you are required to take at least 1 unit or class in each of the 6 categories. You will take a fitness, aquatics, martial arts, individual sport, racket sport, and team sport. Please try to add 1 activity course to your first semester schedule. In fact, we will be offering activity courses virtually in the fall semester. Many transfer students have activity course credit from the community college already. If this is you, make sure you know which categories you have not already completed and register for one of those categories. Here are some frequently asked questions about activity courses. What if I know I have taken some activity courses at the community college level, but my TDA still shows them incomplete? Again, relax. This is a totally normal occurrence. Most transfer students actually experience this. So if you know you've taken a team sport, for example, and it's not showing in the correct spot. We will fix this issue in your last semester at a grad check. So what we will do is we will check your TDA for team sport and place it into the right category. Please continue to focus on the activities that you know you have not completed and make sure that you register for those instead. You do not need to retake basketball if you know you took basketball at the community college. I know I still have activity courses left. Can I take them at the community college? Short answer is yes. You can absolutely continue to complete your activity courses at the community college. Just make sure they are at least 1 unit worth of credit. Many community colleges offer 0.5 units worth of credit, and that will not satisfy your activity requirement. Lastly, we have students that are interested in becoming a physical education teacher and ask, do I still need to take the 1 unit activity courses? The answer is no. If you know you are going to be applying to the PE credential program, instead of taking the 1 unit activity courses like yoga or badminton, beginning swimming, etc., we would rather you take our KNES 240 series. So KNES 240, 241, 242, and 243 instead. Again, this is only for those interested in getting a PE credential. For more information about the 240 series, please email either Julia or I. Now for the meat and potatoes of the major. This section of your TDA focuses on the kinesiology foundation and core requirements. This is where you will choose most of your first semester schedule. So let's review. First, you will notice you will need 9 units in order to satisfy the foundation course requirement. You must take KNES 202, KNES 349, and KNES 360. All 3 courses are required. Unlike GE, you don't simply just pick one. You will need to complete all 3 in order to graduate. Let's look at the next section. For the disciplinary core courses, there are 18 units that you need to fulfill in order to meet the requirement. So, all 6 courses listed are required. KNES 348, 361, 371, 380, 381, and 383. Again, you need to complete all 6 in order to graduate, not all 6 in one semester. The last section here is your upper division writing course. Notice that this course is 3 units, which means you only need to take English 301. This course is an upper division writing course that cannot be taken at the community college and is not a GE course. This is a part of the major and you must take it at Cal State Fullerton. Some of you might be asking about the KNES 202 course, which is Intro to Kinesiology, found in the Foundation course section. Depending on the school that you are transferring from, some of you may have already taken an equivalent course. However, nothing else from the community college will count for any of the requirements listed here.
Okay, we're going to make building your first semester schedule super easy. Take a look at the 2 different boxes. We have provided a list of courses you can enroll in during your first semester based on your completion of anatomy and physiology. Now would be a great time to screenshot or pause this video and write down courses that you would like to register for. This is what your schedule should look like. Keep in mind, if you have not completed an articulated Intro to Kinesiology course, you must do this. You must enroll in Kinesiology 202 your first semester. Now let me give you more detail about each schedule guide. First, for each guide, there is no real order to the courses as long as you have met the prerequisites. A lot of students ask, well, which courses are best to take in my first semester? The answer to that is any course you can get. You will use these courses to develop a schedule based on the course availability and one that also fits with your weekly schedule. Please keep in mind that students are only allowed to register for a maximum of 3 kinesiology core or foundation courses in their first semester. The reason for this, and we'll explain more in the following slide, is because we have reserved seats for each transfer student. So to ensure that every student has an equal opportunity and has access to enroll in courses to progress them towards degree, we ask that you do not register for more than 3 kinesiology core and foundation courses. This obviously excludes activity courses. We can guarantee each transfer student has access to enroll in 3 foundation and core courses. So let's get back to the schedules. On the left side, the blue box, you must have completed both anatomy and physiology to take the courses listed below. Choose any 5 to 6 courses listed to create a 15 to 16 unit load. Remember, you can only choose 3 kinesiology core or foundation courses. So the courses you can choose from are listed. There's Kinesiology 349, which is Measurements and Statistics in Kinesiology. This is different and not the same course as a math statistics course that you may have taken. The next option you have is Kinesiology 360, Movement Anatomy. You have 348, Exercise Physiology, 371, Human Motor Control and Learning. You can also choose Kinesiology 380, Philosophy of Human Movement. Remember, this is also a GE course. Kinesiology 381, History of Sports, Games, and Culture. And again, this is a GE course. Kinesiology 383, Sports Psychology. English 301, this is your upper division writing course. It's required for the major. It is not a GE course. Please enroll in this class your first semester. You will also select a GE Area B5 course. You can select from the list provided on your Titan Degree Audit. And then an activity course. This is just a 1-unit PE course that you have not completed yet. And yes, they will be taught virtually. So again, you're choosing 3 of those upper division kinesiology courses, English 301, and a B5 course. This will equate to 15 units. If you choose an activity course, that will be 16. Now let's move on to the right side, the orange box. On the right side, the same rules apply. However, you are limited to the courses listed because you have not completed anatomy and physiology. So, for your schedule, again, if you have not completed anatomy and physiology, you will enroll in either Kinesiology or Biology 210, which is a 3-unit anatomy and physiology course, or Kinesiology 191A, which is a 4-unit anatomy and physiology course with a lab. Then you will choose Kinesiology 349, Measurements and Statistics, again, not the same as a lower division math course. Kinesiology 380, Philosophy of Human Movement. Kinesiology 381, History of Sports, Games, and Culture. Kinesiology 383, Sports Psychology. These 4 courses, you're going to choose 3 of those. You'll also choose English 301, your upper division writing requirement, and choose a class from General Education Area B5. You can choose any from the list on your Titan Degree Audit. And then if you still need an activity course, you can add that in. And again, those will be taught virtually. Please take a moment to look at this schedule guide. This is what you will use to register for your first semester schedule. You got this. You can do that. Be confident in your selections. There is no bad choice as long as you are choosing from this list of courses provided.
So I know that was a lot of information, so let's try and give one more example just to make sure that you understand how to register for your first semester. So here is an example of a student that is interested in taking 16 units their first semester. This student can register for Kines 349. Because they've finished both anatomy and physiology, they'll register for 360, Kines 381, their upper division writing class, English 301. They'll choose a GE B5 course listed on their TDA, and they added an activity class, so for example, Kines 100, which is physical conditioning, onto their schedule. So this would give the student a 16-unit schedule for their first semester. They follow the rules by only enrolling in 3 of the kinesiology courses that have reserved seatings. This would be a great example of a schedule that you could register for in your first semester. Remember, 3 kinesiology courses are allowed for each transfer student. Anything more than 3, you will be at risk of getting those kinesiology courses dropped. Do not do that. It will make it very stressful for you if you register for more than 3 kinesiology courses at this time. I know what you must be thinking. Why can I only register for 3 kinesiology courses? First, it is important to understand that unfortunately, transfer students are registering almost 2 months after our current Cal State Fullerton students have enrolled. This means our current kines students who need the same courses you do have already registered. So, to make sure that you are actually able to find and register for kinesiology courses, our department has specifically reserved a certain amount of seats just for you. We have reserved seats in the following courses only for new transfer students. If this sounds like a good thing, trust me, it is. But there is only a limited amount of seats we can reserve to ensure that you have the opportunity to get into 3 kinesiology major courses. This is to ensure that students have the fair chance to get at least 3 courses in their first semester.
So many students ask us why we suggest registering for at least 15 units every semester. Well, let us help break it down for you.
Okay, first, if your goal is to graduate in 2 years, you need to take at least 15 units every semester. So here's the math. You transferred in with minimally 60 units. Some of you may have more, and that's totally okay. So if you have 60 units of remaining requirements to be completed at Cal State Fullerton, this will give you the minimum of 120 units to graduate. So if you have 60 units to complete, you can take 15 units each semester for 4 semesters to graduate in 2 years. If you take more or less than 15 units every semester, this will impact the time that you spend at Cal State Fullerton.
Second, it's a bigger bang for your buck, so why not? Whether you register for 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 units, 18 units, it's the same exact price. Tuition is broken down into part-time fees and full-time fees. So part-time, you will pay 1 fee whether you enroll in 1 to 6 units. So 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 6 units, same fee. And then full-time fees are 7 to 18 units. So whether you enroll in 7 units, 8 units, 10 units, 12 units, 16 units, 18 units, the exact same fee. Cost is not per class or per unit. Okay, so save time and save money and take 15 units.
Please note, though, that this is only a recommendation and it's not a requirement. We recognize every student's situation differs drastically, and 15 units may or may not be realistic for you. So if you feel that you are not capable of committing to 15 units, that is completely okay. We also offer summer as well as intersession courses during the winter break to catch up on any units that you weren't able to take during fall and spring.
Studies show that students that set goals are more successful. So I challenge you to set your graduation goal now for 2 years. Remember, it's always adjustable. There is no minimum requirement of units that you need to take each semester. Our priority is that you're successful.
Section 4, Kinesiology Concentrations. In addition to the requirements we have already discussed, students will also be required to complete an additional 21 units in a selected concentration. Every student must declare one concentration in order to graduate. We have 8 concentrations to choose from, as seen on the screen here, and each is intended to give specialized education in the field of kinesiology. For example, you can choose our General Studies concentration, which will allow you to pick any kinesiology upper division electives, and this is what it would look like on your TDA. Or you could declare perhaps exercise science. For exercise science, you have a very specific set of concentration electives that you need to complete in order to complete the exercise science concentration. If you were to declare this concentration, your TDA would look a little different and list those classes accordingly. If you want more information on all the concentrations, please visit our website linked on the page here for more information. Again, it is encouraged that you declare a concentration in either your first or second semester as a transfer student.
Here are some questions that we get asked by students all the time. So first is, when do I declare a concentration?
Well, ideally, you will declare a concentration in your first or second semester. As soon as you know which one you'd like to declare, you can go for it.
But how do I declare a concentration?
Okay, are you ready for this one, Sarah? Okay, so what you do is you walk outside of our office and there's the intramural field. It's a giant field, empty, especially right now. And what you do is you walk out there and you say, I declare my concentration in, and then you say whatever it is, like strength and conditioning.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah, as loud as you can. As loud as you could possibly yell it through campus. Make heads turn. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you could also come into our office and fill out the form. We email it in and it goes to admissions and records, and it's pretty easy. So either way.
Okay, sounds good. But can I declare more than one concentration?
No, you cannot. So you can only declare one. If there was a way to do it, it would significantly increase your time to graduation, which we don't want to do. And it's actually just not possible. So short answer, no.
Okay. But can I switch concentrations if I don't like the one I originally signed up for?
Yes, you can do that. So you can totally switch concentrations. It's not ideal. Switching concentrations could also result in like losing classes that you've already taken and having to take additional courses. So we don't recommend that, but it is possible.
Okay. And which concentration is best for physical therapy school or occupational therapy school?
This is a really good question, and a lot of students ask it. So the short answer is any concentration. So allied health graduate school programs, they don't care what your concentration is necessarily. They're really more concerned with the experience that you've had, your prerequisites courses, your GPA, and they want you to stand out as an applicant. So really just choose a concentration that you find most interesting and that you can excel in.
Thanks for answering all my questions. You're so helpful.
Yeah, thanks for being an awesome student.
Section 5, Putting it all together, your final action plan.
Almost done. The information given today is to help prepare you to register on June 22nd. The information provided in this video is exactly what we would have presented in an in-person orientation. But the beauty of this method is you can go back and rewatch any portion that may have been unclear to you.
Okay, so here's your action plan. Number 1, complete the survey that's on the next slide or the next screen. Okay, it's coming up. Number 2, complete your GE advising modules. Okay, if you haven't done that already, maybe you have. Number 3, review the sample schedule provided in the presentation. That is what you're going to use to select your remaining courses for this first semester. Select 15 units, so 5 classes that you want to register for, using the sample schedule that we've already provided. Number 5, enroll on June
14th
through your CSUF portal. We will be sending out exact instructions on how to enroll, but also don't wait for advising to register. So This is your advising session. Don't wait. Use the information that we've provided today to enroll in your courses. Then, number 6, the last thing on your action plan is to join one of our live Zoom sessions beginning June
16th.
This is going to be an opportunity for you to review the schedule that you've already created.
So we will be emailing you those exact dates and times of the Zoom sessions once they are scheduled. So keep an eye on your Cal State Fullerton email.
Thank you for taking the time to engage in this video. Congratulations, you are one step closer to registering for your first semester courses. To verify completion of this step, please take a moment to submit the mandatory survey. You can access the survey by clicking the link in the description below.